All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Eldercare Academy. I am Adrienne,
And I'm Brent.
and we are super excited to team up this morning and talk to you about Life Center. So, as you know, every Tuesday we do life trainings. Normally, it's just Brent
I
with
have I have company today.
yes. So he normally, does a lot of product training because we want you to be aware of all the products we offer and be confident in the products.
Absolutely.
But today I'm crashing the party and bringing in some technology. Hopefully you're already using Life Center for your final expense quoting and enrolling. But we have some exciting news today. There's new features, so please stay tuned for that. And as always, we want this to be a conversation. So please find that Q&A box on Zoom and then also on Facebook Live. The comments there we'll be checking. But please, in the Q&A, let us know if you've wrote an app on Life Center. I want to know if anyone has done that yet. So previously it was just final expense, but there's some new products I'll tell you about today. Or let me know if you're quoting on there, but not doing the app yet.
I do know some people that have said they've done that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's because some people maybe aren't as comfortable, but
Yeah.
that's what today is all about.
Yes.
And getting you comfortable with this software.
Yes.
Because it's definitely one of those things where we talk about streamlining what we're doing or being able to have a one-stop shop, kind of like Eldercare, right?
Yes, we want to be your one-stop shop FMO for sure.
So this is definitely something that can just help you guys out, plugging information in. We just recently got an update on some of the features that have come through, but they talked to us a little bit more about kind of how agents go through the process. And I thought that was very interesting. So we definitely got together and talked about bringing this to you guys and making some type of well, not some type of recording or webinar,
Yes.
to give you guys more information. So definitely tune in. If you have your computers pulled up, you can type in Life Center and be going along with us if you wanted to.
Yes, absolutely. So
Overachiever.
it's better to follow along for sure. But we're going to kind of go over some slides and give you kind of some of the details. I know that talking about it first kind of helps. Rob said he's quoting. Chantel said she's never used it. Brian said, I think I wrote my first app on it. Well, I think I figured out how to confirm if you did that or not.
Yeah.
Last minute, I was like, I need some screenshots of the e-app process. So last minute, I added some slides to this presentation. And I will say that I accidentally submitted an application. So I'm gonna show you how that happened and how that does not happen for you.
See,
But
testing it out.
yes, the best way to learn it is to get in there, and that's, I'm going to do that for you first thing. So our technology is always, built for agents by agents, and I want to stress the importance of that. I stressed it last Thursday talking about Medicare, but the technology does carry over into the life side of things, and so
Absolutely.
we are not going to know how to make it better for you unless you get in there and use it and tell us how to make it better. So please start using it, give us the feedback. We're going to do things and make changes based on how you say to.
And be a part of that ground level R&D team. Doesn't that sound cool?
Yes. Yes, it does. I'll let you take this
So
one.
Life Center is the only platform where agents can quote products, multiple carriers, apply and track policies all in one streamlined platform. So it's a lot there.
Yeah, maybe you should re-say that. I got
Yeah,
lost.
let me do that again. So Life Center is the only platform where agents can quote products from multiple carriers, apply and track policies all in one streamlined platform. So keyword, streamlined platform, and all the things that you can do there.
Yes, so it's not Rob, you're quoting it and then you're having to go into the carrier portal. You're just going ahead and hitting apply and continuing the process. So saving time, which I think there's a slide on that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool stuff.
Save time. So they already know, like, that's my number one love of the platform is the one single sign-on that helps you save time. So you're not having to remember a bunch of username and passwords and all the things. But in addition to this platform helping you save time, it does help you better serve your clients. So it is acting more as a CRM now. We're constantly adding CRM features to it. So it's kind of helping you keep those clients organized, It's letting you email and text them, thank you for enrolling, do you have questions? It's letting you, know what prescriptions and everything.
And touch points, right? Is that what
Mhm.
it's called? Are those
Yeah.
called touch points?
Yep.
Yeah.
Touch points. Yep. Lets you do reminders to make sure you're doing those touch points.
Hmm. That's what I like about it. I think a lot of times in sales, when you talk to individuals, or, it's just like everything, right? Everyone has different products or maybe the same type of products. It's all about how you set yourself apart from those individuals. And if
Mhm.
someone texts me, if I purchased a policy and someone texts me periodically, doesn't have to be, a set time. You can set that as that. But if
Yeah.
someone texts me just to check up on me, see how, things are going, things like that, that's a big deal. And this will do it for you. At least remind you because you're busy.
Yes, and I'm sure you're all aware of how many touch points Eldercare does for all of you. So maybe that's how many you should be doing for your
Absolutely.
clients.
Hey, keeps you engaged and knowing what's going on.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so easily manage clients with Life Center, like I said, client and policy management, single sign-on, quote in the app, and then client connect. That's where you do all those templates, which we can kind of show you. Um, But again, that single sign-on is my favorite. And then of course, being able to do the application
Quote and yeah, from there. Oh
from the
yeah.
contact. And I know we're focusing on, life right now, but the most impressive part is most of you are Medicare agents,
Right.
right? So if you're not writing life insurance, this tool is definitely going to help you make it easy. So when you log into, integrity.com and you see that list of contacts, my goal for you would to be have I think it's the cross and the heart, which shows you if you have a policy with them,
Yep.
is to have both of those for all of your contacts. You should have, that life and health policy with all of your contacts.
Little bitty things that just help improve, right? Just seeing something like that's like, man, I need to
Mhm.
talk to them about that, or I wonder who they've got that with. And so
Yes, and so I'm a very visual person.
me
So
as
if
well.
I log in there and I'm looking at my contacts and I don't see that I have a policy with that contact, you better believe I'm going to be working that contact.
100%. It's one of those things that like to me, I always think about like in me and my situations, if I'm talking to someone and I'm dealing with that person, I usually want to deal with that person for just about everything if they can do it.
Mhm.
Especially if we can have a conversation and work through it together.
Yeah.
I feel more part of whatever I'm purchasing or whatever policy I have. So I think that's a really good point about the Life Center as well. It allows you to kind of
Mhm.
have those guys soul thoughts that like, oh, maybe I should have that conversation, or maybe they did say something and I missed it because I wasn't, necessarily
Mhm.
thinking on that wavelength.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good point too. Sounds like we might need to do like a sales training next.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like
Would
that.
anyone be interested in like us doing another sales training on life uh policies? Let us know.
I mean, Life
I've
Center is going to make it easy for us. So that's
mhm,
just kind of how I look at it. Of course, the talking points and all those things, but Life Center is going to make it really easy for you guys. I know it's kind of hard to get out of the what you've used before, or what you
mhm.
are used to, or what your
Yeah.
day to day. But I think implementing something like this as time goes on, and maybe just giving it a shot. And I know sometimes you may not, it may not go through them the first time, or you may make a mistake, or you're like, man, I'm just going to go back to what I did before.
Mhm.
But it's always very, very good to just give it that opportunity. And then the
Yeah.
sales.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Chantel, yes. Rob, yes. I see David raising his hand. Okay.
Pick me.
We will schedule that for the next Open Tuesday for sure.
Absolutely.
We'll do that for you guys. But before I go to the next slide, I think we should do a journal because we now offer simplified IULs on Life Center.
Which is to me is really, really good because a lot of agents that I talk to, especially here recently, are asking me about, ULs and IULs and simplified and all these different things on the UL side. And I think it's a
Mhm.
really good conversation to transition into, especially when you talk about maybe younger people or maybe older individuals that have
Mhm.
some opportunity. So this is where you're going to be able to quote it and keep it simple.
Yes, so we're super excited. We've been offering final expense for over a year now.
Hmm.
So that's been on the product, or that's been on the platform. That product has been on the platform for over a year. But now, brand new to the platform. I know it says coming soon on here, but it's released now.
It's here.
It's here. You can log in right now, which I'm going to show you, and you can do simplified IUL or fully underwritten
Mhm.
IUL. Um,
I think I saw a point on one of our deals.
Yeah,
So
we have some notes that are not in the
I highlight
presentation.
it.
So the enhanced underwriting life center users are now available. Search for a client's health conditions using medications. And I tested it. It's pretty awesome. So the platform will provide a list of indicated conditions, and those can be included for pre-screening quoted policies. Additionally, select health conditions now present a short questionnaire based on carriers' unique underwriting standards. This allows for more detailed underwriting pre-screening. So again, what that looks like, if you have the prescriptions in your contact record, which you most likely already do because you have that Medicare policy, it'll pop up on there for you and you can click on it and it'll say, based on this medication, they might have this condition, add it to the conditions. Or you can manually add an existing health condition. And when you do that, like I
Yeah.
added hypertension earlier and it said, is your last reading over 160 over 100 or something like that? I guess
So
that's a
no,
popular question.
yeah.
So you can say yes or no to that. And then when you go to quote, it'll show you the carriers that they could qualify for. And it'll tell you also the why a carrier isn't showing up. It'll say, this carrier didn't show up because of that condition.
And that's key in the sense of being able to, better learn, right, what the underwriting process is, what they're looking for, maybe one things they're obviously not going to accept are going to accept. But it's also just simply talking about being able to utilize this tool to even speculate, right? To even run an
Mhm.
agent or a client through and say, oh, well, you might not, or just to go in there and test, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's also, hey, I definitely am like kind of afraid to utilize or get into the UL side. I've never done it. I've never been there. Seems
Mhm.
very complicated or whatever. It's a great way to simplify it.
Yes, for sure. Chantel said I have found sometimes an IUL is more cost effective than a final expense policy for local clients.
And the
Yes.
cash value,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Do
Building.
you want to take the simplified
Yeah.
note?
Simplified Index Universal Life. Life Center now allows agents to quote simplified IUL policies from Mutual of Omaha and America. The apply link for for these products will take the agent directly into the carrier's streamlined application and illustration process. So for Mutual of Omaha and America, all that's simply saying is that apply link will take you into their actual pro or application and illustration, which is golden.
And that's
Um,
just for the simplified
yep.
UL. The enhanced, like regular UL, is that, am I
Mhm.
saying that right?
Well,
Regular UL.
UL.
You can actually do the application on the platform, which is what I
Yep.
did this morning on accident. And then in addition, to the agent website, so as you all know, um, the you do have a free website with
Hmm.
the Integrity site. It's mostly used for Medicare, right? Because they can do the quote and enrollment and do all of the syncing on there. Now, your website does have final expense on it. They are able to quote it. They can quote final expense and now quote do I say IUL? UL?
IUL
IUL?
or UL,
This
whichever.
is why I'm the technology
There's
guy
two
and he's
different
the
ones.
product guy. But that is now on your site as well.
Yeah, and so I think also the really good thing about that, and not to dive into that because I know we probably got a slide on it, but
Mm,
that agent,
am I ahead of myself?
the
Okay.
agent, no, well, the planning role is very important. So you were talking about that, but the
Mhm.
fact that they're able to go in there and do that, I think is another way of, again, talking to some of those clients that you already currently have and maybe sending that information to them and just simply talking about the UL side of the business. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to take like the
Uh,
next two that
yeah. Simplified Index Universal Life, adding the final expense as two life products. The SIUL products will be accessible through the shopping experience where they can quote and are prompted to get with the agent to apply.
Mhm.
So I chopped that up a little bit,
That's talking
but
about the agent website.
there you go.
So like I said, you'll be able to quote it, but the action on it will be to talk to you.
Yep. Which is really nice because again, that's a conversation.
Yes.
Cl
Go ahead.
The client sync feature will expand into several into the next
Oh, this
several
is a
weeks.
coming soon feature, I
Yeah,
think is what
client
that
sync
means.
is what that's called.
Mhm.
Providing an intake for life information, allowing agents to gather life information as well as provide a slim financial needs assessment. So really, really good, right? If you're having a conversation with that person, again, the client sync is coming later on over the next several
Well,
weeks.
Client Sync is here now, but it's mostly used for it's for Medicare only currently.
So it's coming to the live
So in
side.
the next few weeks, we're gonna be adding some life questions to it, is what
Good
that
deal.
means.
So it'll give them a slim financial needs assessment, but again,
Mhm.
it's a financial needs assessment. So
Yeah, so
that's
that's
really good.
coming soon. That's exciting. And then enhanced underwriting is actively working on for Plan Enroll's Paw and will release in the next sprint. So that's like maybe next quarter is what that means, allowing agents even more options for their consumers and clients. So while we released some things, there are more things to come.
Yeah, and then the really nice thing about this platform as well, and what Integrity does. So I like the fact that they release it on one side, see how it works, kind of get their
Mhm.
things right, their R&D and all those different things,
Your
and understand.
feedback.
There you go. And then they allow and they move it over into, well, they improve it there, and then they move it over into the Life Center. So
Mhm.
that's really, really neat. So we know by the time it gets to us, it's probably already been going through and all the bugs have been worked out, and so you can really use it still.
Yes, yes, and I see a few questions and I'll get them just in a second. I wanna make sure we're getting through the slides okay. Um, so I'm gonna put the plug in for Lead Center. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on it because it is definitely its own training.
Yep.
But as you know, Lead Center is a part of, integrity.com, Life Center, Medicare Center. It's all tied together. So it does provide seamless lead management, leads delivered right to your Life Center CRM. So you can check in, manage, and work leads. They are high quality leads. Lead Center sources from multiple vendors, varies data, and delivers only the highest quality leads to you. And then a wide range of options. So you can find different lead types that you want, where you want them, and that fit your budget. So if you've tried maybe the Medicare leads in there, now's the time to try the life side of things. And they do a lot more.
And death things as well.
Yeah, they do a lot more sales and promos for life. Obviously, it's easier to market life insurance
Yep.
than Medicare with so I would definitely give that a try.
And
Uh,
then there's a heat map I see on there.
mhm,
There's a little
yep,
bit of what they do. I know a lot of people, maybe some of the people in there, but I've heard a lot of people ask me, like, I want to get a campaign going. Where do I start a campaign? There you
yeah.
go, Lead Center.
Yeah, that's a
Manage
great
leads.
screenshot. So those two tabs on the top, marketplace and campaigns, those are your two different types of leads.
Absolutely.
So marketplace, you're purchasing leads right away. Like, and they're in your life center, you're calling them, you're mailing them stuff, you're emailing them stuff. Campaigns are real time. So as soon as someone calls into an ad or as soon as someone fills out a form, it is going immediately to you. There's no it's going to a vendor, it's going to Lead Center, now you can
Directly to
purchase
you.
it. Yeah, the campaigns are real time and go directly to you.
Great. I think there's a lot of features on there that I talk to people about all the time, and I would always tell them, just go to Elite Center, check it out. Like, tell me something I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
I love things like that,
Yeah, and in the top, if you hit your name, I mean, the main thing is to just put funds in your Lead Center wallet. It's called Lead Center Cash. So we don't ever directly pull from your debit card or anything. We pull from the funds that you put in the account. So
which is awesome.
make sure you have enough funds in there. And you can always turn campaigns on or off as you need.
Man, I just think to myself, just like waking up a day, firing the Life Center up, firing the Lead Center up, like you could literally just kind of live there for, you could, I don't know. It's just sometimes I think about stuff like this and I'm just sitting back and thinking,
Yeah,
how does one utilize this? But the reality of it is just pull it up, get it
yeah,
rocking and rolling.
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Um,
Uh,
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
So Life Center offers innovative solutions. Integrity, Integrity for Agents mobile app. So Life Center's powerful CRM and features are available in the Integrity for Agents mobile app. So you can work where you want, when you want.
Yep.
So again, I don't know if I read that
Well,
and was saying that earlier, but
that's what it's called. It's called Integrity for Agents.
okay.
So because it used to be Medicare Center and Life Center, gets kind of confusing. So now it's just under the Integrity umbrella. So that's why you always log into integrity.com for both of them. I think I saw Chantel ask how to access. So again, you just log into integrity.com and technically you're already in Life Center and Medicare Center.
Is there like a button or something on the?
It's not until you start a quote in a contact and then you select life that that's considered Life Center. And then
Ask Integrity. So Ask
Mhm.
Integrity is the first in the industry AI-driven digital assistant that gives you quick access to key client details and history. So essentially, can we reference that as like it's like when you talk to your phone? I don't know if we could say it's like Siri, right?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
being able to talk to your phone and ask it
Mhm.
questions about who you've put into your
Mhm.
CRM system or you've put
Yep.
into your app. So that's really, really neat. I mean, let's just talk about that for a second before we move on. Call recording automatically records and stores calls and contacts them to your connects them to your client's records, and it's powered by your Life Center phone number. Sometimes I get a little excited. But my mom was already telling me a lot of people ask me about Citizens and where you record your calls. This is where you record your calls. You record them anywhere you want, but the simple and easy way is to
Mhm.
utilize this deal here. It's going to store them for you for up to 10
10
years.
years.
10 years. And then you also have access to them as well. So again, the whole long and the short is this is where you record your calls.
Yes. Yep. I was gonna ask because I always hear him on the phone talking about call recording for life insurance, and I'm like, why would you need to record calls for life insurance? I thought it was a Medicare rule, but we do have the exclusive contract on Citizens Life. It's
Hmm.
a final expense
Yep.
product, and so they do offer a signature option that's you can do a call recording,
Yep.
and you can use our platform for the call recording.
I recommend you use it. I mean, I
It's
know,
free.
yeah, I was going to say other people can use other platforms and maybe they have other methods like through your iPhone or something like that. But
Mhm.
realistically for me, I'm looking how to simplify and how I can compartmentalize whatever I'm doing. So I know that my citizens recordings are all
Mhm.
going to be on the Life Center, and that's what makes it easy and simple.
Yeah,
It,
and then
it,
you do have that contact in there as well. I will say you cannot do the actual application on Life Center. You do have to go into Citizens Portal
mhm.
for that. You would just be using Life Center for the call recording. And then do you have to submit that call recording to?
No, you don't submit it anywhere. So
You just have to
essentially,
keep it on file just in case.
there you go.
Okay, I got it. I understand now.
About to say, I actually have been asked that several times. I'm like, no, just leave it on there. You don't have to take it anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
You are.
Terry had asked, do you need a Series 6 for the simplified issue?
No, you do not.
Great question, Terry. And then Stephen had asked, does the platform handle term life and other whole life? No, it does not at the moment, Stephen. Right now, it's just final expense and IULs,
Yep. New.
indexed universal.
Yep.
Yep. So again, integrity.com is where you would get started. If you do want to do more training on it, we can,